ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. At first, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Good morning and welcome to Contest 12, Day 4, Contest 2 of the Junior Science and Maths Quiz of the Ashanti Regional Qualifiers. I'm Dr. Linus Kwekulabek and I'll be your quiz master for today. Today, representing our various schools in the contest from CSIR Basic School are
Michael Owusu, Form 3.
Apia Nyamba Kofidati, Form 3.
From Dominican JHS.
D. Alexander, final year.
Joseph Anoche, final year.
Welcome, and we are happy to have you here. We would proceed to the main business of the day. I believe that is why you are here. So we'll begin with round one. And for round one, that is the fundamentals. The questions would be from biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, and ICT. If a school should answer a question correctly, 3 points would be awarded. And if it is incorrectly answered, it becomes available as a bonus to the other school. The score for a bonus question is 1 point. Schools will have 15 seconds to answer questions that do not require calculations and 40 seconds to answer questions that require calculations. Each school would have a maximum of 2 attempts for their main question and 1 attempt for the bonus question. So either the time or the number of attempts. I hope that's clear. Now, bonus questions are open to the other 2 schools, but since it is only 1 school which is available, the bonus question will be open to the other. You are supposed to ring your buzzer, but since when it's a bonus question, it's only 1 school, I'll just leave it open. If whether you ring your buzzer or not, if you are willing to answer, you can proceed to answer. If you are not willing to answer, then that is it. If the time for the bonus question also expires, then that ends it. I hope that's okay. All right, so I wish you all the best in this contest, and then we'll proceed with the first question, the first set of questions. Preamble to all schools, you have 15 seconds. You are to state the type of symbiotic relation that the following organisms exhibit in the ecological system. You are to state the type of symbiotic relation that the following organisms exhibit in the ecological system. I hope that's okay. CSIR. What type of symbiotic relationship is exhibited between bees and flowering plants?
Commensalism.
No. Don't switch it off, just speak. Bonus. It's mutualism. Dominican takes on an antelope. Takes on an antelope.
Parasitism. Parasitism.
I'd give that to you. Preamble. You have to state the balance. You have to state the balanced chemical equations for the following. CSIR, combustion of ammonia. Bonus. Okay. Dominican, your question. Decomposition of methane.
CH4 plus O2 maps to CH3 plus 2H2O.
2CH4 plus O2 maps to
CH3 plus 2H2O.
No, I won't give that to you. I'll give that to you. Okay. All right. So for CSIR, I was expecting 4NH3 plus 3O2 goes to 2N2 plus 6H2O. And then for Dominican, CH4 plus 2O2 goes to CO2 plus 2H2O, or CH4 goes to C plus 2H2. That's what I was expecting from you. Okay. Dominican, what is the name given to the closest star to the dwarf planet Pluto? What is the name given to the closest star to the dwarf planet Pluto?
Alpha Centauri.
No. Bonus. The sun. Or is it because it says star? Okay. CSIR. Which planet in our solar system is known for having the most extensive system of rings?
Saturn.
That is correct. Preamble to all schools, you are to identify the type of extension. The type of extension. CSIR dot PNG.
Image.
Image, correct. Dominican dot ZIP.
Image.
No.
Foul.
No. No. Bonus. Yes.
Compressed foul.
Compressed foul, correct. For 40 seconds. CSIR, your question. One side of a rectangle is 4 centimeters and the diagonal is 5 centimeters. What is the length of the other side of the rectangle?
3 centimeters.
That is correct. Dominican, a boat travels 2 meters south and then 9 meters east. How far is the boat from its starting point?
Seven.
No.
Check the 11 meters.
No. Bonus. So either 9.2 meters or root of 85 meters. The following statements are true or false. You are to choose one of them, or the following questions are statements. You are to state whether they are true or false. These questions cannot be passed on as bonus. I hope that's clear. All right. And you have only one attempt. Dominican, in solids, particles have the highest degree of freedom to move compared to liquids and gases.
False.
That is correct. CSIR, evaporation occurs only at the surface of a liquid.
True.
That is correct. CSIR, carrot should be ready for harvesting between 70 to 80 days.
False.
It's true. Dominican, pawpaw matures within 150 days after flowering.
False.
It's true. And with this, we come to the end of round 1. So welcome back. At the end of round 1, CSIR Basic School has 13 points. Dominican GHS, 6 points. We move into round 2, which is the fastest brain, fastest finger round. In this round, one question will be read out and contestants will compete to be the first to answer. Each question carries a score of 4 points. When a contestant is ready to answer, they should press the buzzer before they attempt to answer. Answering before pressing the buzzer would disqualify the school from the question. After the buzzer is pressed, the contestants must answer in 3 seconds. If a school gets the question wrong, the remaining school gets to compete to answer. A wrong answer in this round attracts a penalty of 1 point. For us to proceed, we'll test our buzzers. Dominican. Dominican. CSIR. Thank you. So I hope that's clear. All right. Let's begin. The first question. A metal block has a mass of 0.1 kilograms. Calculate its volume if the density is 1.0 kilogram per meter cube. Dominican.
0.1 centimeters cube.
No. CSIR.
100 centimeters cube.
No. I was expecting 0.1 meters cube. Okay. The next question. A car of mass 50 kilograms accelerates from rest to 60 meters per second squared in 10 seconds. A car of mass 50 kilograms accelerates from rest to 60 meters per second squared in 10 seconds. Calculate the average force required to achieve this acceleration. CSIR.
60 newtons. 60 newtons.
No. So time up 300 newtons. What is the name for the unique identifier you pick before the @ sign that no one else can have in the same email service? Dominican.
Your domain name.
No, I won't give that. CSIR.
The username.
Username is correct. What is the name of the program or tool in Windows that you can use to look for and fix problems with your computer's hard drive? Check disk. Check disk. How do we describe the gradual process by which organisms develop and adapt new characteristics? CSIR.
Adaptation.
No. Dominican.
Growth.
No. So let me finish the question. Adapt new characteristics over generations to better survive in their environment. And it's evolution. Evolution. So the next question. List the 3 main body parts that make up a mosquito. Dominican.
Head, thorax, and abdomen.
That is correct. The process that converts nitrate gas, thus removing bioavailable nitrogen and returning it to the atmosphere, is called CSIR.
Nitrogen cycle.
No. Dominican.
Nitrification.
No. It's denitrification. So the last question for the round. You have to rotate the point Q in brackets 8, -4, brackets close, through 270 degrees anti-clockwise about the origin. CSIR.
-4, -8.
No. Dominican.
8-4.
No. It's -4, 8. And with this, we come to the end of round 2.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Into round 3, and round 3 is the Science and Technology Challenge. In this round, one question will be given to all schools and will require contestants to perform a task that will be assessed. The score for this round is 10 points, and contestants will be given 10 minutes to complete the task. Round 3 is sponsored by Dex Science Set. Now, before we proceed, the scores for round 2. CSIR Basic School, 12 points. Dominican GHS, 5 points. So we'll go for a short break, and then when they bring your sets, we'll then proceed.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, and the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience
You have been given some kits and you are being provided with 5 mirrors labeled M1. You can open your set and then. So you have been provided with 5 mirrors. So check to be sure that you have 5 mirrors labeled M1. No, so take out the items in the, yeah. So check as I'm reading along, you have all the items. You have 5 mirrors labeled M1 to M5. Then you've also been provided with a laser light labeled L, and then a screen labeled S, and a sheet of paper with a maze. So your task is to place the laser and the screen at the positions labeled laser and screen on the sheet of paper provided. Then using the mirrors given, you have to direct the laser light through the maze onto the screen. Successful completion of the experiment, you will be rewarded 5 marks. Then you are to answer the following related questions. 1, what physical law is demonstrated in this experiment? Then you are to mention the 2 types of mirrors. Then mention 1 device that use a system like this experiment in its operation. So the first related question, what is a physical law? You get 1 point if it's answered correctly. The second 2 points, then the third 2 points. So with this, once you are done, I'd come around to inspect. So when you are done, do not dismantle your setup. So just leave them like they are when I come around to check. I hope that's okay. Are we all okay? All right, so you can start work. So you have 2 minutes more. 2 minutes more. So it should be getting ready to stop work. And when it's time, you just leave your setup as it is. Then you bring your sheet. Make sure the name of your school is on the sheet. So kindly stop work. Kindly stop work. Stop work and bring the sheets.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets has been the game changer for Solomon Bennett Memorial as a school.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience.
It's afternoon now. Good afternoon to everyone. And at the end of round 3, what was required, and then I tell you what I wanted or what was supposed to be, and then your marks for what you did. So you were in the lab and you had to play with laser lights, and you are supposed to direct light from the source to the screen, assuming that those mazes were points where light couldn't pass through. So you're supposed to place the screens there to direct light onto the screen. And if you had successfully done that, I'd give you 5 points for that. Now, when you are done with that, you're supposed to answer some related tasks or related questions. One was, what physical law is demonstrated in this experiment? And the right answer is the reflection or rectilinear propagation of light. So if you get that correct, you get 1 point. Then you have to mention 2 types of mirrors. So you have the concave, convex, and then plane mirrors. So if you mention any of those 2, you get 2 points for that. And then you have to mention 1 device that makes that uses a system like this in its operation. And if you should state either a periscope, a telescope, or a microscope, you get 2 points for that. Now, JHS. For your experiment, I came to see it before the final one. You haven't challenges directing the laser. And for your attempt, I give it 2 points. With respect to the So, with respect to your related question, what is the fiscal law? You got that correct, 1 point. There are two types of mirrors, convex, concave, that is correct. And then device, periscopes, that is correct. So you get a total of 7 points. CSIR, I also came around, and then after that, you also had challenges directing the lights. So you get 2 points for the complete setup. And then with respect to the related questions, reflection of light, that is correct. Plane, concave mirrors, that is correct. Periscope, that is correct. So you get a total of 7 points as well. So at the end of round 3, CSIR has 19 points. Dominican has 12 points. And with this, we would enter into the 4th round. There is a substitution. So we have a substitution for CSIR Basic School. So Michael will be replaced by Kofi. Shall welcome Kofi as she comes. So can you introduce yourself?
I am Irabna Kofi, Form 2.
Okay, Irabna, you're welcome.
Thank
So
you.
we'll proceed to the 4th round, which is the decoding the clues round. In this round, the question will be read out as a series of clues. And if a question is answered on the first clue, 6 points. On the second, 5 points. On the third, 4 points. And then on the 4th or any after, 3 points. Contestants are to press the buzzer before attempting to answer the question. Failure to press the buzzer before answering disqualifies you from that question and nullifies your answer even if it's correct. So at this point, I'll test our buzzers. CSIR, Dominican. Good. So are you ready? So we'll begin with the first set. I'll use my fingers so that we are all on the same plane. I am a fundamental concept in motion. I am a vector quantity, which means I have both magnitude and direction. I am a rate of change of velocity with time. Dominican.
Acceleration.
No. That makes me an acceleration, but I am related to objects in rotational motion. Who am I? CSIR.
Speed.
No. Angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. The second set. I am a long muscular tube in your body. My walls are lined with muscles that contract and relax. CSIR.
The digestive tract.
The digestive tract, no, I won't give that to you. My walls are lined with muscles that contract and relax to propel contents. I don't directly participate in the digestion process, but I facilitate it. I have a ring-like muscle at my lower end to prevent stomach acid from flowing back into the throat. My primary function is to transport food from your throat to your stomach. Who am I? Dominican.
The esophagus. The esophagus.
Esophagus is correct. The third set. I am a mathematical concept. My applications extend beyond mathematics to fields like physics, engineering, and astronomy. I help find Mason angles and side lengths in various types of triangles. I involve functions like sine, cosine, and CSIR. Time up. I involve functions like sine, cosine, and tangent to solve triangle-related problems. My name is derived from the Greek words meaning triangle and measure. Who am I? Dominican.
Geometry.
No, trigonometry. And the last set for this round and the final question for this contest. Without me, life as we know it on Earth will not be sustainable. I involve the capture of solar energy and its conversion into usable forms for life. Herbivores rely on me indirectly for their CSIR.
Photosynthesis.
And that is correct. And with this, we come to the end of the contest.
Ideal Solomon Bennett student is someone who is an all-rounder. I mean, practically, intellectually, morally, physically. First, the study of science was chew, pour, pass, and forget.
As a school, we thought it's as very important to let our children have a practical experience with what they study. So as a school, we decided to introduce the science sets.
As a parent, I experience what is being taught to my child in school, in the house, and I see my children telling me this is what brings the force to the machine that is carrying the load and the rest, and I'm like, wow, if at grade 5 and 6 a child is able to have all this at the back of their mind and be hands-on, then the future is bright.
Science sets.
At the end of round 4, the total scores are as follows. Dominican JHS has 15 points. Let's clap for them. CSIR Basic School, 23 points. So congratulations to CSIR for qualifying to the next round, and congratulations to Dominican on your performance. I do believe that the next one you'd be able to do better. Congratulations to all of you, especially to your teachers who have also trained you. So I hand you over now.